Hi, it's David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. I often get asked the question, hey, David, if real estate was so good to you and allowed you to depart your clinical practice some years ago when your daughter was sick, I get it, I get it, I get it. Good for you. Way to go. But if real estate's so good, why do you do what you do today? Why do you have this Freedom Founders community? Sounds like maybe there's something else there that we don't know. Look, I'm as transparent as they come. I don't do what I do with Freedom Founders for the money. Now, does Freedom Founders make money? Yes, of course. It is a for-profit business. We bring great value, I know, to the members we serve, and that takes overhead of any kind of organization to do that and do it well and bring the people, the constructs, the due diligence, the verifications, everything we do to make that happen. It requires overhead. So yes, we do make money. But here's a little secret. You actually make more money by doing the thing that you talk about. Yes, I built my real estate, quote, mini empire over many years, going back to my 20s. I did boots on the ground. I know how to do it. I've done it from the ground up. The people I serve today, though, are not necessarily those kind of people who want to do it from the ground up. They're not in their 20s. Most of the people that we serve in Freedom Founders are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They have a business, a practice. They have family to take care of. Their value is more useful doing what they do with their technical skills than it would be doing what I did when I was in my 20s, when my time value wasn't so great. Yes, I evolved as a dentist like everybody else, but I had the ability, I had the time to actually build a network and get my fingers wet so I knew what I could do. Most people don't have that today, particularly the people we serve. So I bring that to them. I give them the opportunity to full-time, collapse time, learn the ins and outs of real estate, but probably more importantly, connect them to the right people, to the best of our ability, connect them to the right people, bring the leverage of the community, to have the people that I know bring the real estate opportunities to us. I want the same thing. Selfishly, I want the same thing. I want to be able to be a good steward of the capital base that I worked so hard over the years to acquire, both doing dentistry and in real estate. I want to be able to maintain that going forward. I don't want to go out and do it by myself anymore, like I did when I was in my 20s and early 30s. That was fine during that time, but not today. So how do I do it? Well, I've got to collaborate. Well, with whom? Well, that's where the work comes in. That's where, if you want to do it yourself when you're in your 20s, 30s, yeah, you can do that. You can spend the time, invest the time to build a network. Is it worth it? Yeah. But maybe not so when you're in a business or a practice where you're more productive with your hands and your mind, and you can actually full time, collapse time, speed to goal through a collaborative effort. Now you just got to find the right people, right? So I'm not trying to sell myself, just telling you, you've got to find the right people. Yeah, you can go out there on your own and find people who raise capital and are promoters and syndicators, and they'll bring all kinds of real estate deals. But how do you know who they are? How do you know what's behind the curtain? You don't. So what we do in Freedom Founders. This is where you become a more sophisticated investor, and that's what I do. I don't feed people real estate. I don't sell people real estate. I guide them to the path to get them to where they want to go in life, to get that speed to goal much, much faster than if they try to do it themselves. This is the key to becoming a more sophisticated investor. The things that most people want to be able to do, but because they're so busy in their professional career, education, everything they do there, never had the time or capability, and always thought, well, to do that, I have to go back and take degrees in finance or real estate. Well, you can, but that's not the fastest track to get there. You just, again, have to find the right people. Why else do I do what I do? If I could make more money doing the real estate, which I could have real estate funds. I could have made probably multiples more money than I do at doing Freedom Founders. Well, number one, I don't have to do it for the money. I know how much is enough in my life. That's a key to the principles we teach in Freedom Founders. How much is enough? I get to do what I love to do with the people I love to do it. And that's more important to me than anything else in my life. Making more money, yeah, it's great. But doing it with the people the way I want to do it. I don't want a real estate business. There's other people that do that very, very well. I make connections. We do that with the right people. I want to keep my money with those kind of people the same way my Freedom Founders members want to. We want the leverage of the community. So we have a relative intrinsic obligation hanging over the heads of people that bring us deals because we have the leverage of the community. They don't want to tick off or provide bad customer service or a bad outcome to any one of our people because we're a large group. It's a small group of real estate people in this nation. I'm well connected. They don't want to tick off David Phelps or Freedom Founders. So we contain that leverage that as an individual, you wouldn't have. Even myself, knowing a lot of people, the leverage of my community stands in front of everything we do. So I can expect the highest level of service, expect the better deals, the better performance, the better returns to our group than I could even if I was doing it myself, just because of that leverage. Last reason, really. always need something else to do in my life. And I had the opportunity, the blessing to be able to pivot from a great 20 plus years of clinical dentistry, but was able to pivot because I never stood on one thing in my life. I had several things going on at any one time. Again, is that easy to do, to balance? No, but keeping my fingers in different modes, dentistry and in this case real estate, and knowing people in both arenas allowed me to pivot when I wanted to pivot and didn't leave me lost for lack of something to do. So a big problem I see in a lot of people who have gone the course of their career path, done it very well, and at the quote end, when they're ready to look over what I would say the valley of the next opportunity, they're scared to death to jump. Why? Loss of identity. Don't know what they're going to do next. Never have the door open to think about that. It's a big part of what we do in Freedom Founders is help people explore what that next is. The money's one piece. Yes, it's important. But your identity is as big a part. Figure out who else is inside of you. What else is there that could provide value at some level? You don't have to, quote, retire at 60 or 65 or whatever year it is. You don't have to retire. You shouldn't even look at it like that way. You should look at the opportunity to make moves, to have options, to pivot, to adapt, to modify your position. And you can only do that if you know the capital base you have built all along is going to continue to provide sustainable recurring income. Way different than the traditional marketplace that says accumulate this big pile of money, and then when you, quote, retire, we can just start depleting it over the next 25 years. Not the game plan I signed up for, never signed up for that, and nor should you. That's a little bit about me. And on the inside, if you want to, you can follow me on my podcast, Dentist Freedom Blueprint Podcast. I've got a number of books out on Amazon that talk a lot about my story, how I help our Freedom Founders members. And of course, you're always welcome to do a discovery call with one of my team members if you just want to see if Freedom Founders might be a place for you. Otherwise, I just always tell people, stay focused on your freedom because it's your freedom that matters. See you next time.